Hello, my lovelies.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are my lovelies doing today?
I assume you're not talking to me.
No, because you're an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
We have some not safe for work stuff getting popped up in chat, which is a part of a conversation we had a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember. It was a clip. I got to start pulling together clips off of Twitch and start putting them into a clip show or something, putting it up on YouTube because some of them are pretty freaking hilarious. But all right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's close that. That is in the wrong spot. Look at that. Silly Jeffrey.
Can I get the map again? I was kicked as soon as you sent it.
Gotcha. All right, I'll send it back to you here in a second. Give me a moment to kind of adjust some things here. Just noticed some weirdness going on my my tape or my stream stuff. There we go. I think I got it fixed, or as fixed as it's going to be for the moment. There you go. Reshared it for you. All right. So, ladies and gentle worms, I am your game master for the evening. My name, or morning, evening, day, night, whatever the fuck it is. I am Jeff, or GeoQuester, or Mr. Game Master, or Please Daddy Don't Hurt Me. And we are playing the Sundering, the very first of all the 5e games. This was originally a playtest series of modules back in the days of D&D Next, and it is a transitional that goes between 4th edition and 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. We are playing it in 5th edition, and it tells a story of, well, for those of you who don't know the lore behind it, every time there's a new edition to Dungeons & Dragons, Ed Greenwood, the creator of Forgotten Realms, writes a story arc on why things are changing in the Forgotten Realms. The Sundering that we are currently going through is actually the second Sundering. The first one happened thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago when Abi Toril was split into two separate worlds, one being Abi and the other one being Toril. Well, we all know that during 4th edition, they decided to re-merge the two of them, so we had things like Dragonborn and other such characters be able to be used in 4th edition D&D in the Forgotten Realms. Well, they've resplit, leaving some of the people behind. Some of those races that they had found are now left behind. So that's the basics for what the Sundering is, why it is what it is. And at the moment, we have 6 players who are in Baldur's Gate. 2 weeks ago, today, they played their first session, and there was some pretty nasty shit happened during game session number 1. But do I have a volunteer to tell everyone what happened during game session number 1? Now, if you volunteer for this, you will get a point of inspiration.
I can.
All right, so go for it.
So beat me to it.
So basically what happened was we arrived, there was a bunch of people, a bunch of citizens looking up at the stage that you see next to my dead body. And there was a few people up there. Some of them left, leaving the mayor, I believe, up there. And then Treus, our lizard folk monk, made it. He was being harassed by a merchant. Someone tried to steal from him, Uthal, our barbarian, who's not here today. He protected Treus, and we had one of the guards actually catch them, and one of their fingers were chopped off. And after that, we listened to the mayor for a little bit, and then people coming in and killing everybody. And also, archers came from the houses that were next to and behind the stage. while the archers tried to shoot the mayor, they could not hit him. They just kept on splintering off of his plate armor. And then finally, after like 10 rounds of the mayor looking, he finally sees what he was looking for. And there was this other person coming up with other thugs, and us, not knowing what was going on, attacked the person with the thugs. And we killed him. Once he got dead, the mayor turned into a Baheel Slayer, I think the name was.
A ball spawn.
A ball spawn. And Alex, not knowing that it was the mayor, shot him, and that sent, I don't know if the mayor would have attacked us or not, but basically set off a chain of events causing pretty much the whole party except for Kaylin, her cousin, and I believe Vinial to drop. So half the party either was unconscious or dead. I was the only one that died.
Also, Vanille made out with you twice.
No, I believe it was only once. He only tried once.
No, it was twice.
It was twice. Yeah,
I won't
mean,
forget that.
Yeah,
Oh.
He'll never forget. Never forget, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, so that was good. Very, very good. All right, so we will give our dead
First and
character a
second kill.
point of inspiration.
Even though I'm dead.
Even though he's dead. And you know what, Modril, why don't you go ahead and tell me one other player you would like to give a point of inspiration to?
I believe Killin deserves it if she doesn't already have two.
Boom! She's got her point. So, all right. Now, speaking of character names, I'm going to go through and we're going to reintroduce the players really, really quickly. As was noted during the little intro here, we do have two players who are not here. Mac, who is Kaylin's cousin, is not here. He had to work. He's been working like 3 days straight. He's getting ready to get married, so he's got to get that dollar bills, yo. And Uthal will not be here today. He has some issues, personal issues that are happening outside of game at the moment that he needs to go take care of as well. So for all intents and purposes, those two players will not be here. Now, while talking right now, I just got a message from Susie Q. Now, just like last time where she said, hey guys, don't worry, I'm going to help you. And she tried to persuade me not to TPK the party by offering me sexual favors. This time around, she says, be mean, get 'em.
No, I gave her a pet.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, I just would like to tell you that because certain players in this group have been utilizing their points to fuck with other streams, the original idea was possibly disallowing them for this game. However, we got to allow those other players to be able to retaliate.
Yeah, thanks for that, guy.
Yeah. So, with that bubble has been popped, and so yes, this campaign can be screwed with your stream experience points. So have at it.
Even though I was the one trying to retaliate for them messing with
a
me.
retaliation of a retaliation of a retaliation of a... It's going to be a vicious circle.
Yeah, everyone's blind now. It's great.
And
this is how blood feuds are started.
Exactly.
And nobody remembers who was in the wrong.
And you aren't the only one. There was others. Don't worry. There are
It
others.
wasn't me. I didn't fucking do shit.
So, all right. But let's go ahead and introduce our beautiful players who are terrified off of their asses at the moment. Also, please note, there are 2 PCs who are currently conscious with 1 hit point each. There are 3 PCs who are unconscious and 1 PC who is dead. Right? There's air quotes around that. If people who are watching right now in the video, you will see that there is a skull and crossbones over the player who is currently dead. So that will be removed if he is somehow miraculously saved. But in a fantasy game, there's no such thing as being permanently dead. So, Kaylin, go ahead and introduce yourself. Introduce yourself as a player and a character.
Alrighty, I am Alex, and I'm not a big fan of introductions. But I'm I love playing, and been playing for a number of years. Started with 3.5, and yeah, I'm playing Kaylin. She's a hunter, and her cousin Mac has joined up with her recently, and we are off to seek our fortune and look for something interesting to do.
Awesome. She also likes long walks on the beach and holding hands with ropers.
I was thinking that as well. Uh,
Hey, it worked. Okay, I just had to make sure that I had added a couple of new languages and stuff that only certain people can understand. Hey, it works.
what? I can't understand. That's bullshit.
Well, that's good. You're not supposed to understand that one.
So
All right.
speak.
Mac is not here to be able to defend himself, so I will leave him be. Let's go with our one dead player, Modril. He's in character right now. He's just silent. He's dead.
Good.
Is he actually in character, or did he drop again?
Read
Hey.
the comments.
I think he's dead in real life.
He's back, chat.
Read the comments.
Or chat.
Oh, long
fantasy.
dead silence. Gotcha. All right, I got you. All right, so you can go ahead and tell everybody about your character, though. You can tell about yourself and about your character, but apparently Modril's just dead.
Modro used to walk the plains and hills. He used to be able to heal his friends. It's funny. Yeah, basically Modril is just a ASMR bard. He speaks in rhyme or song. And as you can probably tell if you didn't get the hint, he's dead.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead. Awesome. All right, Trekis, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what your current condition is.
Well, I'm Trinkess. That's number one. I'm currently in the sewer, having a little nap. It was a very tiring fight. I'm a lizard folk monk, and like in real life, I'm CatDark23 on the Discord, so in the Legacy game.
Excellent. And I think Kurt also has the dubious honor of having the most dead characters in Delver's Season 2.
Yeah.
It's either you or Mark. One of the
Yeah,
two
it's
of you.
me.
I'm not sure which.
It's probably me. Sure about.
So, and by the way, chat, you guys are fucking mean already. Wow, you so nasty. They're buying shit already. All right, Uthal is not here, and I will cover what happens to him here in a few moments. And Vinial, please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what your condition currently is.
I'm alive, just barely. Fight was rough. I'm Vinial, or no, I'm Tom. This is Vinial. I in real life am 19. Vinial is like 20 something, I think. Let's say 25. And Vinial's just like a little manipulative half elf who manipulates people for the greater good.
Ooh.
His greater good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to pick right up where we left off last time. Now, last time, we had just finished the combat. There was commoners running hither and yon and all over the place, and it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. Caitlin had run over to go help her cousin, who has been trying to hold his guts in his body, leaning up against the wall over here. And he has long since passed out, but she is able to kind of take her hands and place them in his innards and shove them back into his body, and she's like, covered to her elbows in her cousin's blood. Vinial, you're standing at the top of this open manhole cover that just randomly opened beneath the monk as he went running around a bad guy. And he skittered to a halt right above an open manhole cover, and kind of like a wily coyote, he held up a sign saying, "Yikes," and then fell and knocked himself unconscious, where he is now currently lying in a pile of refuse at the bottom of this little 10-foot deep hole that is in the ground that leads off into the sewers. You were able to stabilize him from above by utilizing some of your magic, but he is currently unconscious, resting delicately amongst the detritus, for the lack of a better word, the detritus of Baldur's Gate. Meanwhile, Maudril's corpse lays to the south of the stage, and Uthal, nobody knows where he is. However,
except Maudril.
Except Maudril, who is currently dead. So, yeah. A number of town guards have arrived on the scene, finally, after this short explosion of action. And commoners have begun running off the quote-unquote off stage, leaving you behind, along with a number of corpses littered across the ground of the Wide being the marketplace of Baldur's Gate. There are fires that are beginning to burn themselves out. Most of the stalls that you see on this map are all burned out. And it is a place of carnage. It looks like war has erupted and then ceased to exist, all inside 2 minutes' time. It went from a nice, peaceful, common, everyday city marketplace to utter hell inside 2 minutes. So at the moment, we have two conscious characters who are kind of half dead themselves. They only have 1 hit point each. They're feeling pretty nasty. Tell me, what are the two of you doing?
Oh, and Geo, the incoming, apparently Shadzar was trying to do it as support. If you look at stream chat.
Oh, I know. I already have. I have rolled it off screen, so I know exactly what is going to happen next.
Too much power. We all implode.
Please note that our Unicorn Slayer has decided to call Shadzar out to make sure everybody knows that whatever happens next is his fault. All right, so Tom, Alex, this is up to you. Go ahead, start roleplaying.
I want to or I'll mention or like motion to the guards around me, try to get them to help with the sewer, and like get Trekus out of the sewer. Are there any guards around me?
The guards that are running around at the moment, a lot of them are going back into the buildings, for example, where the thugs were that were shooting crossbows from the upper roofs and such like that, and the upper windows. So they're going in to clean those out. They are trying to herd the commoners to stop them from stampeding everywhere. And you wave at them like, excuse me, hello, excuse me, and nothing. They don't seem to notice you at the moment.
All right, that's fine. I mean, he's stable in the sewer. I'm gonna go down to Maudril.
I would like to attempt to like bind my cousin's wounds or something, and attempt to make him a little bit better. He's stable, but probably critical, so I'd like to fix that.
All right, you can roll a medicine check to see if maybe you can bandage his wounds up so you're not elbow deep in your cousin, which sounds dirty, but it's kind of bad. You do a really great job. You're able to tear apart some bandages off, like maybe a cloak or maybe some of his own clothing or maybe some random dead person nearby. You're able to tear off some clothing. And you're able to wrap it around his stomach and lay him down nice and flat and everything like that. So now he's in a safe location. He's got his wounds bound. He will not be bleeding out all over the floor. and he should be relatively safe for you. Now, as Vinial reaches Modril's corpse, the first thing that Vinial will notice is that Modril has been hacked almost to pieces. His right arm is just partially hanging on by some tissue just above his armpit. His face has been slashed, and part of his eye is kind of dangling out and splayed across his cheek. You can see the bone in his teeth popping through the wound in his face. He really definitely looks worse for wear. The rictus grin that is upon his face has definitely been carved there by the butchers that had walked through the crowd. But as Vinial and Kalen are taking care of their fallen friends, they feel it, not so much as hear it. The rhythmic thrum that sounds and feels almost like a drum beat coming from the south. And what you see approaching from the south in 2 columns is this. A line of 12 people, at the lead of which, at the head of that column, is this man. You saw him earlier on stage. What would y'all like to do?
Are they looking my way right now? Are they focused on
They're looking every way right now.
Oh dang! So it'd probably be a bad idea to pickpocket some of the bodies then.
Probably yes. It would probably be a not wise idea.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick up Modril and try to keep all of his parts together and bring him over to where the rest of the group is up top.
Okay.
I would like to go check on Tricus and see if I can figure out a way to haul him up out of this pit that he seems to have fallen into.
Okay. All right, so you start moving that direction, and you pick up Modril, Vinial, and you carry him with you. And as you guys are moving in the direction of Tricus, you'll see that Baldur spins around, so he's kind of walking backwards into the wide, and he's pointing at these 2 columns of people. And as he points at them, they start breaking off in different directions, start going into houses and such, or going off into the marketplace. There's obviously a number of them are city watch or possibly even military. And obviously there's a couple of them that look like they are priests of some kind. But Alder, on the other hand, walks with a purpose across the courtyard towards you.
I'll go up and kind of greet him, see if he can offer any help with Modril.
With me in your hands?
No, I'll set you down. You're heavy.
Yeah, he is a little heavy. And Kalen, I will let you know that it's going to take either you climbing down there and grabbing a hold of Tricus and climbing back up, or it'll take some funky engineering work to try to lower something down, rope him, and bring him back up. So that's your choice.
Is it possible to safely climb down, or do I have to jump?
Oh, you can safely climb down. There is handholds that go down into the sewer.
Okay. Then I would like to climb down and see about hauling him up.
Okay. So while you're climbing down, Vinial approaches the large man. And as he approaches, the large man says to him, "Greetings. I'm Alder Ravengard, commander of Worm's Rock, and, as of now, the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company. Duke Adrian has been our marshal. The Watch was responsible for his safety here and should have protected him from this attack. We are indebted to you for your heroic action on the Duke's behalf. He looks around and he sees that Maudrill's laying on the ground. And he sees Mac laying on the ground. He sees that, Kalen is beginning to, picking up Trikas and bringing it back up is not a difficult prospect. You don't even need to roll dice for it. Sees that she's beginning to come back up with her unconscious friend. Please meet me at the Worm's Rock, where we can have proper introduction. I believe you could be of great service to our city. I hope you do not disprove my good appraisal of you. You'll find that I can be a valuable friend. And he smiles at Vinial, holds out a hand like he wants to shake your hand.
I shake his hand.
He nods his
Very
head.
firmly.
Yeah, he nods his head at you grimly and then turns and walks away from you. And while he does so, he is barking orders at his people, his guards, and those acolytes that are running around trying to heal and gather people.
Would any of those guys be able to possibly revive Maudril? Have the capacity?
Are you asking one of them, or are you asking Alder as he walks away from you?
Yeah, Alder.
Since you are I will call you the heroes of the Wide.
Ooh.
For defending our city from something that could have been pretty bad. Go to the Temple of Gond with your friends that are in need of healing, and I will pay the expense to have your friends taken care of.
Oh, thanks, man. You're pretty cool. So I just go pick up Maudril again.
Okay. So you go pick up Maudril again. Kalen, you now have Trikas back up to the top. And Kalen, can you roll me a perception check in the tower? Oh, Jesus. Gee, Alex has the DM dice mod in full effect for herself today.
Gave it to the wrong person. It's supposed to be yours.
Exactly. That's supposed to be mine. So, Alex, from the shadows to the north of you, you can see a shadowy, cloaked figure in a deep hood. And this cloaked figure kind of waves a finger at you to kind of get your attention.
I will look up, and but I'm not leaving my friends quite yet because I have no idea if this person is good, bad, somewhere in between. If they're on our side, if they're on the side of one of the other groups that was just recently slaughtering people. So I'm not leaving my friends just yet.
Okay. This is what this cloak figure says to you.
What devil speak?
Meanwhile,
I nod in acknowledgement.
yes. Meanwhile, another person approaches. This time from the east. He's skittish as he kind of walks out from behind buildings and from behind the pulpit or the stage. And he walks directly over to Vinial.
He's popular.
Yeah, yeah. Well, considering there's only 2 of you that are currently alive, it kind of helps. But he walks over to Vinial as Vinial's picking up Modril and says, "If you would discover who took Abdel's life, if you wish to save Baldur's Gate from the rot festering in it, meet me at the 3 old kegs. My name is Imbralim Skund. Everyone there knows me. I'll be there until 8 bells." And then he doffs his fez at you and strides back off into the alleyways. There you go. So, folks, the 2 of you, what would you like? You now have a couple of different things. For example, you have Alder, who says at your earliest convenience, which means probably after you go to the Temple of Gan to drop off your companions, he would like to meet with you. You have Skund, who just spoke to Vinial and mentioned going to a tavern in the area. And then, Kaylin, you have a third set of information.
I'd go up to Kalen and just kind of say, yeah, we should definitely go to the temple first.
And I will agree with that.
To aid you, you will see a number of the guards that are with Alder as he is barking orders and such. He does send a number of guards over to help you, and they make litters and place the bodies of Mac and Tricus and Modril on them, and kind of lay them in front of the stage, kind of separate from the rest of the commoners that were killed by arrows or trampled that were out there. But as all of you are standing there, I'm actually going to move you guys, kind of do a little bit of dramatic license here. There we go. Once again, upside down means unconscious and or dead. As they're being moved there, and the 2 of you are standing there waiting for what is going to happen next, which is these guards are probably going to carry all of your friends for you to the temple because you are the heroes after all. To the house to the south of you where Uthal had gone in. A number of bodies have been pulled out of that house. 2 people have been brought out in manacles and dragged off by another set of city guards. However, the next sight that you see is Uthal's body being hauled out by 4 guards, because it takes 4 of them to even lift his poor body. This huge man covered in blood and such. It appears that somebody may have tried to slit his throat, as he has a wide crimson smile that goes about 3 inches beneath his chin. His features are marred and battered. His eye looks like it was bludgeoned shut. His head is misshapen, as if it had been clubbed, and possibly his skull broken. And his large form is placed on a litter down next to the rest of them.
I'd like to just go check if Uthal is actually alive and breathing.
And then kiss him.
You
Hopefully.
can roll a medicine check to determine if he is alive or not. Okay. You get down close to his mouth, and you place an ear near his mouth. You place a hand on his chest to see if there's a heartbeat, or maybe even, he might be breathing or some such. And his breath comes raggedly. Small bubbles of blood form on his lips as he inhales and exhales. There's a strange gurgling sound coming out of his chest, and his heart seems to be beating slower and slower as your hand is there. Alder asks for the litters to come and take your friends and yourselves to the Temple of Gond. And a number of two of the acolytes and a number of guards come over and begin to spirit away all the party. And that brings
I
us
will
to
definitely
5
follow them
bells.
closely.
Okay. And that will bring us to 5 bells. Just to say. So 5 o'clock, roughly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is no map for the next few, maybe an hour or so. There is no map. So I'm just going to leave it right here in the wide with my players upside down and etc., etc., etc. But you will be brought to the Temple of Gond. It takes a little bit of time to get there. If anybody wants to look at the Baldur's Gate map, let me pop it open for myself.
Is it like an hour? Maybe?
Give or take, yeah. It takes a bit. So I'll share this with you. You are brought to the Hall of Wonders. As I said before, as areas open up for you, I will open them up on these little windows on the map. So it is area number 2 on our big Baldur's Gate map. You were in area number 5. And so you have been brought to the Temple of Wonders. First thing that will happen is Tricus, you'll be brought back to consciousness. And Maudril will be raised from the dead if, and I will put this in the chat as a vote. Now, please note, ladies and gentlemen who are voting, this is absolutely anonymous. Maudril, I would like you to please just not vote at all. This is about you, so you are abstaining from this vote. For the other 3 PCs who are currently here, a check mark is you agree, an X is you disagree, and you are not willing. I'm putting the vote up. This is the High Priest of Gond. Okay, there are a number of them, but this specific High Priest says he will spend the resources of the temple to raise Maudril if your group is willing to take on a quest for the church. So once again, in the chat, a check mark is yes, you are willing to take on the quest. A X is no.
Well, I don't see any.
I will be putting it in there in a second.
Okay. Can we ask what the quest is about?
I would.
No. What does the quest entail?
The quest is up to the god Gond himself. Because what is going to happen... Okay, now don't anybody checkmark this yet. What is going to happen is he is going to cast Geas on the party. That includes Maudril when Maudril is... if Maudril is awoken. And the god Gond will determine what your quest is. He is leaving it up to the machinations of the great machine itself. So check mark is yes and X is no. It is absolutely anonymous. Nobody will know who is voting.
I assume I'm exhausted.
You will be exhausted, yes. Yes, and I will
So that's half movement, right?
Yep, I will be putting a point of exhaustion on you in a moment. Okay. So the players have decided, yes, indeed, they wish to have a quest. So you will be geased by the priest, and then Modril will be raised, and as part of that resurrection, he is being geased as well. So all of you will now have a geas from the god Gond. Now, let me tell you what the bad side of a geas is. If you, for some reason, decide you no longer want to do the quest and decide to go off script, as it were, and not follow it, you are forfeit of your life. You will just literally walk around one day and the next second you're dead. You will fall down dead wherever you may be.
What if we plan to do it and we just need to get more stronger first? If we
Well,
still plan to do it, we just need to do other stuff to get to
that
that
I
point.
will honestly tell you at the moment that that is not going to be an issue. I'm not that cruel that I would give
Oh,
you
sure.
a geas at this level and screw with you that badly.
But last session was fine, right?
Oh yeah, last session was absolutely fine. Yeah, that was good stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give all of you a long rest, but
So I'm alive now?
you are alive. However, you do have a bunch of negative effects on you at the moment.
Kind of figured, but this is what I say when I get raised. I say, thank you for releasing me from that prison. Thank you for getting me out of that hell. If only I wasn't such a biston. Thank you, O man of the bell.
Nice, nice.
So did I lose the exhaustion because of long rest?
No, this is you being healed back to full. I give you a quote unquote long rest. It's just you being healed back to full. As and it's the rest of the party. They're all healed back to full.
Does that mean I don't have my stuff back?
You do not have any of your spells or any of the rest of that stuff back now. Not yet. Not yet. Alrighty, so this is what happens. Modril, coming back from the dead is an ordeal. You will be taking a -4 penalty on all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. And you must, every time you finish a long rest, that penalty will be reduced by 1. So you will need a minimum of 4 days of rest to have that removed from you. Tricus, Mac, and Uthal each have a point of exhaustion. Mac and Uthal are looking, even though they've been healed, they're still pretty damaged. Therefore, it is they are going to be staying here in the hospital for a little while.
Question. Do I have a point of exhaustion, or is it just the -4?
You have the -4. The exhaustion in this case would not be strong enough to to. Go ahead.
I was just making sure I didn't have both disadvantage and a -4.
Yeah, no, you don't. I'm not that mean. Well, I am that mean. Let's see how many times you die.
A lot.
A lot.
Should get up to like -20.
Right. So, all right. So for the time being, I am going to remove Uthal and Mac from our little map here, so we don't get to look at them. But okay, so the resurrection is going to take time. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time, so I just kind of fast forwarded to that point. But Tricus, Kaylin, and Vinial, the 3 of you are conscious and moving. Tricus, you're definitely not feeling well. I mean, you're definitely tired. You're exhausted from your ordeal. But you are alive.
Can I try and find like a hearty meal and then just pass out?
You could do that. It is currently 6 bells, by the way.
I think we should go to Imberlin Schoon's place Because that's the only really time sensitive one. He said before 8 bells.
Correct.
I have somewhere else to be at dusk.
Where's
When
that?
is dusk? How many bells?
I would say 8-ish. So roughly about the same time for Kalen as it is for Bellin.
If you go to Schoon now, then you could possibly get out at 8 bells and then go to where you guys need to go for her.
That sounds good to me. But what do you think,
And
Kaylin?
and if it runs over, then if Kaylin really wants to go see that person, she can go by herself. If she really thinks that it's a good idea.
Is that meal going to cost me anything?
What going to cost you anything?
That big high meal.
You're probably given a meal as part of the healing process. So I would say no. That's not going to affect any of that. Okay. So Vinial, you're gonna go meet with Skoond.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna set you there. Trikius, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to pass out at the church.
You're gonna pass out of the church. Okay, so I'll leave the two of you together. And Kaylin, you are gonna go meet the mysterious figure, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for Vinial and for Kaylin, the directions you're gonna have to go are pretty much two separate directions. Two opposite directions. Because one of you is gonna be heading west, the other one's gonna be heading east through town. Vinial will be heading northwest to the whatchamacallit, the bar, the tavern. Let me make sure what it was called. Yeah, Three Old Kegs. And Kaylin, you will be heading to Little Calamshan, which is a section of town, which is to the southeast. So you guys will be heading in opposite directions if you wish to meet your people on time. So which of the two of you do you want me to start with?
I can go.
Okay. So walking into the Three Old Kegs, you find Skoon. There we go. I'll share Skoon again so everybody can see what he looks like.
He looks evil.
He does. He does look a little. He doesn't look like a very nice guy.
You say he looks all right, but he's just generally evil with that mustache.
Yeah, it's the mustachio and the weird beard and all the rest of that stuff. Kind of
No,
makes
the
him
beard's
look weird.
fine.
The head tilt.
Yeah,
the beard says wizard. The eyebrows and the mustache says evil.
Oh, the fez. Yeah.
No, Fez is fine. Come on, don't diss a Fez.
Everyone likes a fez.
It's not offensive.
No.
Wah, wah. Geo just failed. I know.
That is offensive, though. So.
But anyway, so as you walk in the door, you can see Skoond standing there waiting for you patiently. He's standing in front of a booth that doesn't seem to have anybody in it. He sees you and takes his hands from inside the cuffs of his robe, which he has crossed in front of his chest, and he raises a hand to you in greeting and sits down at the table and kind of points to a seat across from him.
Then go ahead and sit down. Greet him.
Welcome. I trust your friends are being taken care of by the Gondites.
Oh yes, very much so.
Very good, very good. Would you like something to eat?
Yes, please. I'm famished.
Excellent, excellent. He snaps his fingers, and a young bar woman comes over. Not your typical like bar wench that you're used to seeing in some of the rough and tumble places of Faerun and some of the taverns. She actually has a high collared lace dress that doesn't have a single stain or spill on it. A beautiful white apron, and all the rest of those things. She takes your order of what you want to eat, and she walks away to go get it. She tells the cook in the back what is going on, and on her way back, she brings over 2 large bottles of red wine. It's nearly blood red. Skoond reaches out, grabs a hold of one of the bottles, pops off the cork, pours you both a glass, and takes a long drag off of it.
I'll take a drink. It's kind of sketchy, but sure, why not?
How long have you been in Baldur's Gate?
Just a day. A
Just
couple.
a day. Wow. Well, so you're not really up to what the current political situation is here. May I ask, why did you and your friends decide to help in the marketplace?
Well, we were just attacked. We didn't really have much of a choice.
Oh, so this was out of a self-preservation more than out of any heroic deed.
Bit of both, I guess.
I see, I see. Well, and he sees that the bar woman is coming back over, and he pauses for a second to as she lays down a roast pheasant in front of you, and heaping mounds of sliced and fried potatoes that look like they're spiced with something, you know. To you and me, it's pepper that you can smell, but to your character who's never smelled pepper before, a very interesting new smell. There's greens, there's fruit on the table.
Damn
Skoon
it. Should
fills
have
and
gone.
tops
Should
off
have
your
gone with this guy.
wine. What was that?
Should have gone with this guy.
Exactly. You should have gone here. Look, you're gonna get good food here. But I mean, the feast that's laid out in front of you is good enough that Uthal probably could have been filled, plus all of you could have been filled easily, and he's laying it down in front of you with no issues. He's willing to shoot the shit with you and kind of talk small talk for a little while. He talks politics. He talks about the dukes, because there's actually a council of dukes. Um, he says how much of a sad business it is that one duke ended up being a ball spawn, and it was absolutely horrible and terrible. He asks about your friends to see if your companions are, do they feel any better? Did the temple take good care of them?
I'm still at this time.
Yeah, you're still being raised at this time. You have yet to be resurrected. You are in the process of. They are putting you back together. You are the 4 million gold piece man.
Yeah, I just want to ask this guy, like, hey, what's your so why did you call me here? What's the spiel?
Well, right to business. Good, good, good. At this point, you're about 3 glasses in. Just to let you know. He's also about 3 glasses in. Well, you see, I don't need you here for myself. I actually summoned you here for my lord. And he stands up from the table, and he bends down and whispers kind of conspiratorially that, so no tables nearby can hear what he's saying. Now, please note, before I leave you, don't trust the guards in town. They are not what they seem. We feel that they've been infiltrated by worshippers of Baal. Please keep that in mind. And he stands back up, straight back, straightens his robe, and sets his wine goblet down in front of you, walks over to a door not very far away, and slides the curtain that's covering it off to the side and says, "My lord awaits. Please follow me."
I just kind of enter really kind of tense and sketchily. Because this guy's still really suspicious.
Okay. All right. So as you get up from the table and you walk across the room and you go through this portal, quote unquote, a portal in this case meaning doorway, into this doorway, you walk into a dim room. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the strange change in lighting. I mean, even though you have dark vision and such, you do have dark vision, don't you? You're a half elf, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Even though you have dark vision, it does take a moment for your eyes to kind of adjust to the smoky darkness that is beyond this door. And when I say a smoky darkness, I mean like this is the smoking section of the restaurant kind of thing. And you want to walk through the door, and of course the lights are turned way down low and that kind of stuff. That's what you're walking into. It's not like a sinister darkness, but it definitely puts an ambiance to what you're about to see or do. So you walk through and the smoke stings your eyes, and it takes you a moment to have your vision readjust. And in that time, we're going to go over to our young lady and see what she is going to be doing. All right, so Kaylin, you make your way over to Little Calamshan. What would you like to do? Oh, Module, you stop. I'll let you know when you know.
I would like to keep an eye out for the shadowy figure who asked me to come here and try not to be noticed, or at least try not to stand out.
Okay, give me a stealth check. And do so at advantage.
Tower or open?
Do it in the tower, please. All right, give me an insight check. Also in the tower. Excellent. All right, so as you approach Little Calamshan and you approach the designated meeting spot, you look around and you kind of notice that the people who are in this section of town, none of them want to be noticed, even by each other. They could be going about their daily business, a mother walking with two of her kids, and all three of them look like they're trying not to be noticed by anybody around them or each other. This section of town is definitely seedier and a little bit more sinister. And as you walk along, you can see that there are people coming and going. Some of them are dressed very colorfully, but everybody has their heads down. Eventually, you get to the gate, and a woman steps out and pulls back her hood. And that is what she looks like.
Okay. This must be my contact because everybody else is trying not to be noticed.
She kind of floats away from you for a minute, kind of with a beckoning kind of hand, and she begins to walk towards a different location. And it's actually kind of difficult. If you're going to follow her, it's actually kind of difficult to almost follow her. She moves like she's almost teleporting from shadow to shadow. and she'll walk behind a person, or you'll lose sight as a person crosses in front of you, and then she'll appear someplace else across the street as she seems to be leading you deeper and deeper into Little Kalimshan.
I will follow cautiously and really not entirely certain that coming alone was a good idea. In fact, it wasn't a good idea. And I'm wishing that I had somebody to back me up.
She seems to be ducking into a shop up ahead of you. Do you want to follow her in?
I think I am going to follow.
Okay. You walk through the front door of what's called the Callum Jewel Emporium. It's a pawn shop. All around you are all sorts of knickknacks and items. Nothing nearly worth what the price tags say on any of those items are. She sits cross-legged on the counter up front, and she smiles at you. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would, but we had great hope.
I almost didn't. So, why'd you call me here?
Well, I figured by the looks of you, and you were able to kind of communicate with me silently, and so I guessed right. But I work for the guild. You see, the guild here in Baldur's Gate is made up of individuals with unique abilities. Not much like your own. They work everywhere. Kind of jacks of all trades, collectors, scouts, emissaries. We do all sorts of things. But we've been declared by the Duke's Council as a criminal organization because we don't like the stratification of our diverse peoples. And we believe the wealthy should be giving something back to those who are poorer. So we have places like this. This is where one of our locations where we redistribute the wealth to the needy. But that's not what I really called you here for. You see, we know, the guild that is, we know that there's something happening here in town that only outsiders would be able to help us with.
Nodding slowly, because I'm paying attention, but doesn't exactly require a response.
Well, the Flaming Fist, who is a large mercenary company, they take up a lot of the slack that the city guards don't. They collect tariffs and such at the gates. I'm sure that when you pass through the gate, the Dragon Gate here in town, that you ended up paying a tariff or some such in order to get into town, or the stable to stable your horses.
Yeah,
Pretty
outrageous
exorbitant fee,
fees.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, none of that ever reaches the city's coffers. That stays within them. Terrible lot. Absolutely corrupt. The Merchants Guild, they eye gouge and overprice everything. The Dukes, well, they're not much better. They're just as corrupt. And all of this has been happening very recently. And, well, This used to be a good place to practice your trade. Adventurers would flock here. We were a jewel of the north. We were a gateway to everywhere that was adventuresome and fun and exciting. Now we're stagnated. And it's nigh impossible to earn an honest living in the guild here in town. From your actions over there in the wide, we figured that your group is not yet been persuaded by one of these corrupt organizations or another, and we would ask for your help.
What kind of help?
First, before we get into talking about these things, how are your friends? I saw that you had one friend that was possibly deceased, and they went to the Temple of God.
Still deceased.
They are much better now.
I'm not dead yet.
Being
I'm
revived.
happy.
You stay deceased, you don't shop.
Being revived.
Yeah.
Still not alive.
Yeah, still not alive. Yeah, it takes 8 hours of casting time to do a resurrection kind of thing, so it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a little while. He's gonna be awake by the
About
next
the same
morning.
time for me to get rid of my exhaustion. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. So he's feeling better. The temple's helping. The priests are actually doing something for you.
They have healed those of us who were alive and are in the process of bringing the last of us back to the living. They did request that we go on some unknown quest for them, and I'm a little uncertain if this was a good idea.
She nods her head. She gets that oh yep, I see moment. She has that immediate, kind of reaction where it's like, ah. And she sits there and she taps the finger, one of her fingers on her chin, and she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Silver Shield, the Duke, he's got his hooks in you now. He's the head of the church. It's not gonna be good. He's on the Duke's council, and, well, he's corrupt just as much as the rest of them. If not more so, because he says God is the one who helps him. You have to do it because God tells you to." Meanwhile, back over at the Hall of Justice, back over at the three kegs, we will move back with that piece of prevalent information for Kalen. We'll move back over to Vinial for a moment. Vinial, your eyes have cleared as you walked into the back room of this tavern, and before you sits a man. As soon as my fantasy rounds wants to catch up. A human noble wearing a wooden cog, the holy symbol of Gon, stands in greeting. His black hair has grayed at the temples, and he keeps a well-trimmed salt and pepper beard. "Welcome," he says. "I am sure Imberlim showed you a pleasant time thus far. Would you care for another beverage?" And he kind of points over at a flagon of ale that's sitting on the table nearby.
No, thank you.
"No, understand. Business is at hand. We need to keep our wits about us. I am Duke Torlin Silvershield, and I will be forward with you. Our city rots at its core. Who would dare to strike at such a venerated hero as Abdel Adrian? But unless it had to have been someone who is in service of the dark. Many have come to our city seeking refuge, and we have graciously opened our doors, but they brought with them a rotten seed, unholy beliefs, and foul gods. I intend to sweep their filth from our city and restore Baldur's Gate to its proper place of esteem. The people of whom I speak are in league with a cabal of thieves and ruffians known as the Guild. As if they deserve such a name. Guild. Ha! He spits on the floor. Their cancerous fingers reach from the gutters all the way into our most vaunted institutions. They manipulate our markets and shipping, worship unsavory deities, and have powerful cronies in the courts and even in the Flaming Fist. To root them out, I must know who they are. I need someone who can trace the Guild's network and identify its leaders. Do you think you and your companions can help me with that?
I need to know more about who you are first. Like, does he seem like he's telling the truth? I kind of like look at his face.
Okay, you can roll an insight check in the tower to determine if he is telling you the truth. He seems to be absolutely genuine.
Oh well, okay. I trust this guy, and I accept your quest. What are your further instructions? And as I do that, I'm actually wearing a Duke signet ring right now. I kind of flash that, like nonchalantly at him.
He smiles and sits back and says, very, very, very nice, very nice. Well, before we get down to the business at hand, it is late, as 8 bells now have rung. It is late, and I have been in my tankard since the unfortunate events in the Wide, which all thanks and gratitude to you and your friends for taking such diligent care of what happened there. That it was a disturbing thing that happened. I'm so happy that you were there to be able to handle these things. But before we sign any paperwork, I need to know, how are your friends? I know that they were brought to my temple, but I have yet to hear back on how things have been progressing.
They are much better. They're not cured quite yet, but they're getting there.
Oh, good. I'm sure that my priests will take good care of your friends. I'm very sure of that. Here. Sit down. Have some mead while Imberlim goes and retrieves our contract. He waves a seat in front of you.
I ask him kind of like what the guild dresses like really comprehensive overview.
Oh, the guild, they're made of a number of ruffians. They don't have any specific look. It would be so much easier. And he kind of chuckles at him as his own joke as he's about ready to make it. It'd be easier if they wore livery or something that had a hand or something on it to let me know who we needed to arrest. But of course, they don't have the common decency of identifying themselves to the public.
Very well, that will be very useful in my expenditures.
Oh, good. We definitely want to make sure that you're taken care of, and so he slides this contract in front of you that Imberlim brings over and kind of bows and backs away, kind of thing. He pushes a contract in front of you. It's got quite a few pages to it, and he also gives you an ink pot and a quill to be able to sign your name to it. Now, you realize that by signing this document, you and the rest of the heroes of the Wide, as I hear in town, your group is being called, you, the rest of the heroes of the Wide, will have certain benefits once you sign this for them.
I do want to read through it. And I do read through it.
Okay. I would like, while you're reading through it, I would like 2 checks. Both of these are going to be in the tower. One of them is going to be a insight check, and this is going to be at disadvantage. Actually, don't roll the insight check yet. Okay, first I want
Okay.
an intelligence check.
Is this disadvantage as well?
Nope. The intelligence check is straight up, but it's in the tower. And that will determine what the insight check will be.
To see if you can actually comprehend the paper.
Yes, comprehend the legal language that's going to be in here. You do not. You rolled a 3
Did you go to law
total.
school?
You got a 3 total. So,
You did not go to law school.
Okay.
so yeah, you'll be at disadvantage for the insight check, just to see if you can catch the gist.
If you need, I can give you my inspiration to let you re-roll.
Okay, thank you very much for those rolls. I now have them there. All right, so you're looking over it, and you see what the benefits are, and you see what the job is. The benefits are that you guys will get reduced cost healing at the Temple of Gond here in Baldur's Gate. It'll cost 25% of what it typically costs any other person. You will also have a safe place to stay if you need to, being the 3 Kegs Inn and the Temple of Gond. Those 2 locations will be considered quote-unquote safe places that you do not need to spend any money to stay at. You also will have free stabling here at the 3 Kegs Inn, so you may stable your horses. You are able to keep any treasures you find along your path in doing jobs for the Temple of Gond. And the only real requirement that you have as far as the quote-unquote job is to help root out this evil cabal of foreigners that have come into town and have begun to sow the seeds of chaos, anarchy, and destruction.
I say to him, well, I'm gonna need a little bit more of a absolute end reward. In addition to this, if you want me to sign.
So, what you're saying here is you wish for us to pay you.
Just a small compensation.
And what kind of small compensation are you and your group looking for?
My group may want money, but me, I want power.
Ah, yes! Ha ha! Good man! Good show! And he looks over at Imberlim. You picked the right ones! I speak this man's language. I entirely understand where he's coming from. Look, there is a space now open on the Duke's Council. Do us this favor. Do us these things. This task I set before you. Do it diligently. Do it properly for us. And you will be able to sit upon the Duke's Council in Abdel's stead.
Can you put that on the contract as well?
No, because, you see, and he leans in conspiratorially with you. You see, it's a public vote, and he throws up like air quotes around it. It's a public vote. They
I
choose.
see.
You get what I mean? Now, if we have this on paper, before you even start your office, it would already be tainted by the spirit of corruption. We don't want that. You're a smart man. Maybe we want you to start off good. So we won't put it into writing because clerks see writing. We don't want them to see this.
I go ahead and sign.
Excellent. And he throws back another flagon of mead, and he throws one in front of you as well. Drink to our new promise, our new goals, and the execution of the ne'er-do-wells and the evil seeds within Baldur's Gate. And he holds up his cup for you to clank glasses with him, as it were.
Huzzah! Clank. Nice
Meanwhile, back at the Batcave. Give me a moment. My hands are currently busy. untying my daughter's shoe for her. All right. Meanwhile, back over here in the pawn shop, Rilsa and Kaylin. So Rilsa and Kaylin, Rilsa being the woman, the cloaked woman that Kaylin can see. That would be you, Alex.
Yes, I'm trying to decide what to say.
All right, all right. Well, she is continuing to go over some things, trying to basically talk you into it, as it were. She wants you to rob someone, you and your group. He is a known corrupt official by the name of Thangal. And he has a shop in the outer city. But he loves to basically rip every being off that walks through his door. Man, woman, child. So,
What was the name of him?
who?
Man, Woman, Triad, Ripper?
Huh?
The person who likes ripping people off.
Thangal. There you go. Just typed it for you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my chat's like Jeopardy music in the background. Do, 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 do.
And is there a particular item that you would want to take it?
We want him investigated. We know he rips people off. Everyone knows he rips people off. But the gold never seems to leave his shop. He never seems to leave his shop. Nothing ever seems to leave his shop. It's very suspicious. And the patriarchs and the flame blame the guild for everything that goes wrong here, and yet they sit on their hands in their chairs of gold, while men like Thangal seem to run amok. You've been through the gates and you've seen the outer city. No laws out there. None at all. I help the guild to give the people hope. We are the only ones who are willing to look out for the little man. This man Thangal must be evil. Will you help us? Will you speak?
I I would have to consult with the rest of my group because I will definitely need their assistance. Should I choose to do this? But
She looks a little dejected that you've said this.
I will see what we can do.
Are you sure Are you sure you want to consult with the rest of them first? You see, they're not here right now. Who knows where they are? Some of them, well, are still at the Temple of God, aren't they?
For the moment.
Who knows what kind of ministrations are being plied to them while they're there? And almost like a segue, in the Temple of God, Tricus, you're finishing your meal. You're still feeling a little relaxed when this man walks through the door. Ah, I see you're up. Nice to have you back in the land of the living. He looks at Tricus because, well, Modril is still yet to be there. He's still yet to be totally there yet. He still has rituals being performed on him. At the moment, there is some old priest rubbing anointed oils on your private parts. Rigor mortis set in, and well, that's not all that big. But all right, so Tricus, this man walks in.
Oh my word!
It's nice to see you up, hero, and he claps you on the shoulder like you're an old friend, and he kind of, his eyes meet yours, and you can see in his eyes he has something he wants to talk to you about.
I'm going to turn to him with like a piece of food hanging out my mouth, and then just keep eating.
It's unusual to see one of your kind here. I, unlike my countrymen, I am not as, well, prejudiced against those who may be different. I was an adventurer for years, after all. I have seen all kinds of things. He walks over towards a window, and he motions you to come over.
I grab a plate of food. Okay.
Look at Baldur's Gate. See how it grows unchecked beyond its walls. Those slums and ghettos are breeding grounds for criminals called the Guild. The Flaming Fist is charged with defending the gate. Right now, the Guild, not some foreign enemy, is our city's greatest threat. It owns the outer city. The Guild has us encircled like a besieging army. Its agents and rot are worming into every nook of Baldur's Gate. These monsters find victims wherever the fist is not. They grow bolder daily. They infest our politics and businesses. Abdel Adrian was the Guild's greatest citizen since Baldurin. Or, I'm sorry, the Gate's greatest citizen since Baldurin.
You talking about that weird monster thing?
He was a duke. Yet, a Guild assassin attacked him in broad daylight, and I will crush them for it. I need people such as yourself and your companions to help me. I can offer gold, of course, but I can also offer positions of rank in the Flaming Fist and the honor of the company's tabard. What do you think?
Wait, didn't that guy turn into like a giant monster that tried to kill us all?
He did.
That's what
He did, and that was the Guild's fault. Somehow they corrupted Abdel, one of our greatest heroes. And if they're able to do that, then their seeds of corruption and evil have dug far deeper into our fair city.
Right. I'm here for a job. Yeah. Kind of want to get back to that.
Well, this would be work for you. And by the way, how is your friend? Have the priests resurrected him yet?
I have no idea.
It takes some time to resurrect someone. I totally understand. I hope the coin that the Flaming Fist has paid for your healing, I hope it's been well spent.
It didn't. They cast a spell on us.
Shh, shut up, you're dead.
I don't know. Just, I care so little about what he's talking. I'm just eating the whole time.
I love it. That's funny as hell. You're just like ignoring the heroic, paladin guy who's standing next to you. You're like, yeah, whatever. I just want to eat and make money, and okay, just leave me be. He's trying to, to plead to you in all sorts of different ways. Go ahead and roll an insight check in the tower, please. Yeah, you don't fucking even pay any attention to him. You have dismissed him out of hand because you're like, yeah, whatever. But
so boring.
He is offering you a lot of money in a city that seems to hate you. People threw food at you. It was rotten. It didn't taste good. He is offering you a place that may give you some prestige and lots of money, where they might throw some good food at you next time.
Don't really care too much. Like, money doesn't really have meaning to me as much. I care more about survival and stuff like that. Yeah, and I probably was fine with eating the wrong food. I was like, no, that's food free, thanks.
Yeah, no, it tasted terrible. Even lizard folk have a standard of some kind, and yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. Oh no, they do. They do. They won't eat garbage. I mean, and that's what they were throwing at you. Is they were throwing garbage.
Yeah. Kind of used to it as well, so it's kind of like duck off water's back. Or water off a duck's back. Kind of weird the other way around.
God.
You're coming up with every reason for it not to have affected you.
All right.
Generally.
So he shrugs his shoulders at you and he walks out. As he reaches the door, he turns and says, "If any of your handlers wish to speak to me, they know where they can find me."
What do you mean handlers?
He walks out.
I throw an apple at the door.
Okay. It smashes against the door as he closes it. Meanwhile, let's get back over to Vinial. So you have signed the you have signed the contract. And the Duke offers you a winning smile and says, "My sources have identified 3 probable agents. A wool trader by the name of Norald Dlusker, the sorceress Isara Brackrell, and the Low Lantern's proprietress, Lorella Thunderth. To move against them, I need proof. I can provide you a writ of search and seizure as High Hall agents. I'm a generous person. I will reward you well with the gold that you desire, and, of course, positions of prominence within the city. But this shall be your first task."
Do you know where they are? What areas? Where I should look? What I should look for?
Well, he starts giving you a little bit of information about where to go for certain things, and, like, for example, the Low Lantern and where that's located, and then gives you a couple of addresses that you can go and look. But this does not need to happen this evening. You can start tomorrow. For tonight is a night to celebrate. You are alive your companions are alive, and
Maybe.
and you are safe under the umbrella that we protect all in the Church of Gond. And of course, in service of the High Hall. And he smiles and giggles and laughs. Ha 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 ha. And Imberlim comes back with some more paperwork that you have to fill out and sign. Just basic things like, okay, how much money do you get for this? Okay, this is a writ for the High Hall with your name on it. Everybody's name. He asks you to spell everyone's names and all the rest of that stuff.
So am I signing for everyone else as well?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
Yeah, you are their representative.
I will not accept.
Too bad you're dead, so it doesn't matter.
Too late. Yeah, we got you back.
That'd be interesting later tomorrow.
I'm gonna ask them to keep that carved smile on your face too.
Ooh.
From the kiss, yeah.
That rictus grin. All right, meanwhile, Kaelin, Rilsa is looking a little dejected that you may not wish to help.
I want to help. I just don't tend to steal things.
She lifts an eyebrow at you. Steal is an ugly word. You are not stealing anything. If anything, these hopped up nobility that are so self-important, these patriarchs of churches that have deemed themselves some sort of higher life form because a mystical creature speaks to them in their dreams, these people steal. I do not steal. The guild does not steal. We right the wrongs that these bourgeoisie wish to inflict on the common man.
Very well. I will attempt to do as you request.
She sighs with relief. Good. At first, we need to strike where it hurts them the worst. This is not you stealing. This is you helping. Remember this. Because your first targets will be the tax collectors of Baldur's Gate. All right, I'm going to go back over to Tricus for a moment. So, Tricus, you have smashed your apple against the closing door. And hear the man's footfalls walk away from the temple outside.
Gonna carry on eating.
You are the most boring fucking character on the planet. You know that?
What? What do you expect me to do?
Yeah. Like roleplay, maybe?
Am I still being jacked off by an old guy?
Yes. It takes 8 hours. It's a long jacking off period.
But you're kind of dead, so it takes a little while to get
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It's kind of getting that blood flow back.
And also, this is what my character would be doing. It's just like trying to get his strength back.
Okay.
Yeah. Stuff his face to get energy.
Okay.
If you read the backstories, you'll find out that this is pretty much what you expect.
All right, no problem. I'll get you in there, my pretty, and your little dog Toto too.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed that he interrupted my meal as well. So.
Oh. Well, you will see him again, I'm sure. So, but all right. So the evening begins to progress. Kaylin and Viniel, the two of you will eventually wind up coming back to the temple. And that would be roughly the same time that Modril is finally conscious again. It is the wee hours of the morning. Venial smells of alcohol. Kaylin has probably a confused look on her face. Trikas has eaten everything, including the plate. And Modril is covered in oil.
It was a bread plate.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurroo. Now, what is there to do?
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, why'd we revive this guy?
Yeah, why? Instant regret.
Because you love me.
Less and less, my friend.
Well, if you didn't stop that guy from stealing from me, I wouldn't have helped.
There you go.
So you're together. What do you want to do?
Sleep.
Okay.
Rest, yeah.
Alrighty, so y'all
Feeling
shall
great.
rest. This does not count as a day for you, Modril. You are still at -4 to everything. This is the beginning of your -4.
That's fine as long as I get my other stuff back.
Yep.
My exhaustion's gone, right?
No. This would be the beginning of This is the beginning of your day as well.
I literally did a long rest for this. I'm very confused.
Because the long rest has yet to begin. That's why. I mean, I give a long rest because it gives back your hit points, it gives back everything like that. So technically, using just the mechanics of the game, you had a long rest. But you have not yet actually rested a full 24-hour period of time. That's what you need to do to get rid of exhaustion.
Oh, I
a
just
full
sleep
24 hours. It's not an 8-hour sleep.
Jesus
It is
Christ.
24 hours.
Okay, well that's fucking. Is that 24 hours total, like at one sitting?
It's 24 hours that you cannot. You just have 24 hours. That's it. You got 24 hours, one sitting from the time you became conscious. So what? 6 bells later on this evening. That would be when you get it back.
Do I have to rest the whole time then?
No, not really. You do have to eat. You do have to drink. You can rest, by the way, does not mean you have to lay flat on your ass. You can get up. You can do things like walk around town and do that kind of stuff. Combat doesn't really set it backwards. It just, you once again have 24 hours of a disadvantage is all.
So I've just got 24 hours, and I've got to have 8 hours within those 24 hours.
Yes.
To rest. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're on light duty. You're on light duty. But Modril is alive again, which is a surprise for all of you. Modril is now alive again. Of course, he's chanting and singing from his hospital bed. Uthal and Mac are both unconscious still. They are still recuperating from their ordeals. It is the next morning. It is time for you guys to wake up and start doing whatever you want to do throughout your day and continue. This is a role play session where you guys must speak to each other.
Do we have to?
Well, you don't have to, and I can just end the session now and
Well,
be done with it.
So what do we need to do?
Yeah, what did you guys find out?
I don't know, that night guy kept talking to me. It was very annoying. Something about the sea being corrupt or some bollocks that.
And while you guys speak amongst yourselves, I still have my headphones on. I can hear you all the way out in the kitchen. I am going to go fill my coffee cup.
So what did you guys go up to?
I just met some people, nothing too big.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I did get us some I talked to some high city officials got us some sweet deals.
Right.
So basically we
I'm
get
looking at you. I'm looking at you very suspiciously. Like,
Same.
really?
what's that look for?
I do not trust him. I bet he cheated in our game that we did so long ago.
What?
What are you talking about?
What game?
Backstory.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh no, I beat you in that. You just I look at I ask Kaylin, what have you gotten up to?
Task I'm not entirely certain I really want to take.
What would that be specifically?
She got cry bullied by a bunch of millennials.
If it is something secretive, you can tell me. I will not tell a
Don't
soul.
trust him. He sings too much to be trusted.
yeah. No one that rhymes can be trusted.
Um, I will go ahead and tell them a little bit about what she
Transpired.
wanted me to do.
How
But
much is a little bit?
but not going to name names.
What exactly do you tell us? Specifically?
That I've been enlisted to fight the corruption, and I'm not entirely certain I agree with the means that these people are interested in using.
Yeah, that sounds like criminals. Not good. Definitely should not trust them. I give you an equally suspicious look.
So what was your talk, Venereal?
We just I talked to some high-ish ranking officials, and pretty much we get free housing, free horse storing. I can't remember the word for that. And quarter cost healing in the whole city.
The
For
whole city.
The
Wow.
whole
Oh,
city.
well, that's
And
from
what
Gond,
is
yes.
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
what is this costing us? What do we have to do?
Well, we have been given a task. We have to take out some independent criminals who have no relation to any big groups. Just
Okay. Small question. Does anyone have a horse?
Can I roll an insight? Because him saying
We
that
have
they have no
horses.
relation to any large groups is suspicious to me.
I will allow it because that is a really weird thing to put into a conversation.
It's kind of
You can do it in the tower.
Trying to find insight.
Not a problem.
Should I roll as well?
Okay, now, well, here's the question for you, Viniel. Do you fully agree with the fact of what you just said, or are you trying to be purposefully deceptive?
Oh, deceptive.
All right, then roll a deception check in the tower, please.
Can I use my inspiration to make him roll at disadvantage?
No.
Dang it.
Okay. But for Maudrill, just to let you know, you believe Viniel. Viniel is telling the truth. Just
I'll
a
use my
weird way he
inspiration to
put the words in
reroll.
there, but otherwise,
Can I re-roll inspiration?
no. I've already given you the result of said roll, so no.
So what do you guys think? Should we track these guys down?
I would just like to say, ah, that's funny. Lying bastard players.
Are we supposed to do something before this, like, dumbass that we resurrected? Isn't there a...
It's not first. It will come to you as things happen.
Okay.
So, question: do I have a contact in this city?
Maybe. Roll me
If I do, I would
percentile
like to find
dice.
them.
Roll me percentile dice. Hmm. 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 Roll me a 6-sided die. Okay. Yes, you do have a contact.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed. You do have a contact. Thank you, Chad. I understand what you're doing. Okay. You do have a contact. You have a contact in the Flaming Fists.
My contact is for burglary, though. It's a thief thing.
I understand exactly what it is. You have a contact in the Flaming Fists.
Okay. Interesting.
It's just a contact. That's all it is. Just a contact. Because it's
Well, it's a
burglary doesn't
criminal
necessarily
contact.
mean that the person burgles. They could be a person that says, "Hey, guess who has something today?" It could be a town guard that sits at the gate and says, "There's a really good shipment coming in this week." That's what a contact is.
Yeah, but it's a criminal contact in my features.
I understand that.
That would make him a criminal.
That would make him a criminal if he was supposed to be guarding the stuff that comes in the
True.
gate and he told you about it. That he's a criminal.
I was just really hoping that it would be with the guild.
I know what you were hoping. Nope. I let the dice fall. So there
What
you
do you guys think? Should we go
I want to go
Go.
find my contact.
track these guys down?
You want
Why?
to find your contact at the Flaming
What-
Fists.
Why should we shut them down? How is this city?
I've been given locations
Right.
to find them, pretty much.
Uh-oh, saved by the ringtone.
Really?
Yes, yes. Them written down somewhere.
All right, so the information that people are passing across. Does anybody want to mention the fact that the big guy in plate armor was by? And he was by again, by the way, since you guys have all been back together. And a priest will let you know that he was inquiring on whether or not Maudril had been awoken, if he had been risen from the dead.
I
already
did.
said
Yeah, I
that.
did mention that you kept murmuring in my own and interrupted my meal. So
I'm waiting to respond to you guys.
What did he say to you? Or what did he tell you?
some bollocks about the city being corrupt or something. It's so boring.
I say we go track these guys down that I have.
Uh-oh, I have a very strange thing happening to my computer at the moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, everything is freezing up on me, apparently. Sorta, kinda.
That's
I don't
good.
know what's going on. I'm getting weird black screens in the backgrounds of stuff. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. What the hell? There we go. Alright, I think I'm set. Apparently I'm having a Windows update.
Jeez.
My stream says, "Oh, yay, Windows updates."
Yeah, I had one yesterday. It was great.
Yeah.
It took 2 hours, and then 2 hours this morning.
Oh, I do my updates when I go to bed. I just press shutdown and update.
Yeah, I did that. It still took 2 hours.
You go to bed? What's bed?
Oh, I only had 4 hours of sleep, but it's more like a nap.
Okay, so those of you who are watching right now, is everything still going? Oh, Erasers hit 2 days ago, so yeah, it must be another big one coming through. Motherfucker! Don't they know not to do it during game time?
Every day
Oh.
is game time for you, though.
But they have the button that
Exactly.
says wait an hour every hour. You just keep hitting that every hour, right?
Exactly.
It's not at all an irritation or anything.
I did turn my updates to manual. When it's a critical update, it still forces its way through. Okay, good. All right, so Shed let me know that audio video is still good on everything, so we're still good on the stream. It hasn't shut us down yet. Alrighty, so what do you guys want to do? You have now a bunch of information. You know that the man in plate mail, who goes by the name of Ulder, he's the one who had the town guards that came to you guys and did all of that kind of stuff. He's the one who's paid for your healing today that you guys got yesterday, plus paid for most of the stuff for the resurrection for Maudril as well. Though you had to agree to a geas in order to have Maudril resurrected, since none of you are worshippers of Gond.
Which I still find is crap. Just because he said that he would pay for everything, he didn't say anything about this.
He may not have known about this. Now, and Ulder is the head of the Flaming Fist. So he is your contact there if you guys wish to seek him out to find out what happened. Obviously, he doesn't like Tricus too much. So he was trying to be nice to Tricus, and Tricus just shot him down for, you know,
He interrupted my meal. It's extremely rude.
or whatever. You're always eating.
It's kind of the
Can I
point.
roll a history or arcana check on the spell that they cast on us when I was awoken?
The spell they cast on you. What spell?
Geas.
Oh, the
Just
Geas
to-
spell? That you wouldn't know because you weren't conscious for any of that.
So it takes hold when I'm, even if I'm dead.
Yes.
During the
It was
resurrection.
part of the resurrection, was you being geased. And you
Hmm.
wouldn't know anyway because it's a religious spell and you're not a religious person.
Definitely not. Even though I'm an Astamar, which might have something to help, since I am a celestial being.
Just because you have celestial blood does not mean that you are a celestial being. That just means that somebody had the tears of an angel cry in the wrong location at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, yeah, you are not godly. You are not godly. So, all right, so we got that. Now, Vinial has, told you guys that there is other stuff that is going on, and that there is definitely not a high-powered group in town who has hired you. Definitely not.
Oh no,
Of course.
well they're high powered. That much isn't secret. It's just like we're just targeting independent criminals, not part of any organization.
But he told us
Right.
it was the government. So
Okay. And then Kaylin has a third set of possible adventures. So there is multiple adventures that you guys can go ahead and proceed on. It is the next day.
Oh. I
And
wanna go on
Kaylin
Kaylin
will
so
discover
bad.
that she does have some additional information in her backpack, which is not actually on her character sheet, but she will discover that there is a list of people. And you will be
it's
going
just written
after...
on a backpack.
Yeah, it's just written on her backpack. Just written right on the lip. Nant Thangal.
Does this match up with any of my people by chance?
Well, that's up to her if she wants to share this information. So there you go. You have lots of things to do. Plus, the god Gond, the Wonder Bringer, has yet to reveal himself to you in what your geas shall be.
I still want to go to my contact.
So you want to go to the Flaming Fists.
Well, at least to my contact, yeah.
Okay. Well, the Flaming Fists are in a centralized location. They're a mercenary company that helps the city by keeping the peace. They're paid by the city to help keep the peace. And they do have a central location where you can go to talk to them. And that would probably be the primary location where you would go to find your contact.
Okay.
See, so I am more or less legally obligated to go do my mission.
To be honest, the entire party's legally obligated to do those missions
Yeah, but
because
they
you
don't know
signed it
that.
for all of them.
They don't know that though.
I ain't signed shit.
If you do tell us that, though, you probably will get punched like
Oh, whatever.
4 times.
I might bite your arm, you know. It's fine. Just let me know.
Nice little snack, yeah.
Okay. So I'm waiting on you guys to tell me which direction. I want a consensus. You know.
So I'm like dead set on mine.
I'm not.
What are you thinking?
If anyone but yours.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Can I
Okay.
roll an insight into into him?
Okay. Now, keep in mind, you guys have been traveling with each other. You guys know each other relatively okay.
I don't know
So,
him
I
that
don't.
much.
I don't trust Vinial at all because he beat me at the frickin' thing, and I hate
Hey,
him for that.
No, you bet. Oh, bet. Well, I said
Yes.
good game. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
said it, but I kind of want to see his behavior at the moment though, to see if he's because he seems to be really eager to do this one thing.
Okay.
And I don't
all
know
right.
why.
Go ahead. You can roll insight in the tower. All right. From your insight, you are able to determine that he is indeed eager to start his mission, but that's probably because it's got something to do with the city. I mean, he's working for the city. I mean, that's kind of a large step up for a guy who you obviously understand that Vinial has some sort of noble heritage to him, some bearing, and he wishes to have power of his own. So, working for the government is a hell of a step up from working for some random Joe Schmuck merchant that had you deliver beer to town. You know, this is a huge step, and it is a step in the direction that he wishes to go. So, yeah, of course he would be eager to do this.
Here's what I think. I think one, we could go with the government, like the big guys, where we would get a bunch of benefits and basically not be criminals and be heroes more or less. Or we could go with Kaylin's people, who she's not even too sure about, and that's all we have on them.
I'm actually interested in following Vinio on his mission because I might learn some more about the people that I've just signed on with.
Well, you didn't sign on with. That's kind of the point.
I need to go to the Fire Fist to meet someone there.
Okay. So, all right. So we've basically broken it down into two things now that are possible. Do we want to follow Vinial or do we want to follow Maudril? Either way
Okay,
we go at it, you're following
Maudril,
a bard.
definitely
So,
don't want to follow Maudril.
Vinial's a cheat.
ooh, shots fired. Shots fired.
Right.
We could do. Could we do a I challenge you to a musical battle. Winner, we go with the winner.
Yes. Yes.
All right. In that case, then what we're going to do is best 2 out of 3. Both of you are going to throw your performance checks. 3 performance checks out of each of you. I'll tell you. Okay, round 1. Go ahead. The 2 of you throw your performance checks.
In the tower or just in the open?
Open out in the open so everybody can see it.
Oh,
All right, round 1 goes to Vinial. All right, round 2.
Dang it all!
Yeah.
Round 2 goes to Vinial. So that's best 2 out of 3 right there because he got the first 2.
Can we do the third one anyway?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Oh.
Fucking
And
destroyed.
Vinial has proven that he is by far a better bard.
Searing rage. Searing rage.
Good game.
I'm,
Again.
I'm gonna look at Kale and be like, do you
Chuckle.
wanna go with more drill, yeah?
What?
I didn't agree to this competition.
Well, I thought you wanted to go with me anyway. Or were you not sure?
No, I didn't want to go with you. You're the only one I didn't want to go with.
Okay.
Remember?
Well, now Modro's going with me because we get an agreement.
Fine, I don't care. Come on.
If Trekkus wants to go with me, then I'll go with him.
You've done the competition now. You
Whoa.
lost.
You gonna break your word?
I never gave you my word. You just said let's have a competition.
And you said yes.
Here.
I'm just waiting on you guys.
I think we're just going to a bit of Venereal's place.
You're gonna go to Morals or Modril's stuff?
No, Venereal's.
Oh. Vinial's stuff? You keep calling him
Yes.
Venereal, so that's kind of
Whatever.
making me
It's intentional.
Oh, it's intentional. Gotcha. All right, I understand.
Modro,
Alright.
you're the only one. You come with me?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
I'm going with Vinial.
Okay.
Oh, and I should have had a -4 on all those.
I was adding that. Don't worry. I was adding all of that. Every roll you have had thus far, I have added the -4 or subtract the -4 from it.
Even the percentile and the minus in the 1d6?
No, not those. Those
Take away
those don't
-4,
count in
positive.
the in the -4 stuff. Okay, so you guys start heading out the door. You're arguing on your way out to try to figure out where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and you are wandering through town. Now, since we have the map open, I'm going to utilize the map, the west side of our wide map. And as you are walking along and through a relatively crowded street, matter of fact, you know what I'll do is I will do this. I will kind of block off an area. There.
Does anyone else still see like a sideways Modro over on the right?
Yeah, he was duplicated earlier at the
Okay.
start.
Yeah, he was duplicated. I mean, I can just do this just to ease it up a little bit. Delete everybody off the combat tracker here. There we go. There. All right. So, as you guys are walking along, and girl, ahead of you, stepping around behind a couple of barrels and boxes, you can see 2 thugs step out. They are dressed very much like those who attacked you yesterday.
Can I immediately cast heroism on myself?
No, but you can immediately roll initiative, all of you.
Oh my word, I have a -1.
You can have a 1. That's all you can have. That is the lowest you possibly can get ever in your initiatives. All right, Kaylin, you are up first. You see two hostile thugs. They have crossbows. They also have what looks to be big, heavy clubs at their sides. And they are definitely taking aim at you. And as I said, they look like the ones from yesterday.
Okay. I can see them, but if I try to shoot them from where I am, I'd have a penalty for.
For cover.
Yes, no?
Yes, you would have cover.
I'd like to step out there and shoot, and then I will probably move somewhere else.
Okay. As a note, the gray borders to the north and south of you, those are buildings. They are hard sides. Those are not something you can pass through.
Sucks. At least they don't have a clear shot on me, I don't think.
Not yet.
They'll always be at disadvantage, though, if they shoot.
Why do you think that?
Prone!
Yeah, you learned what happened last time when that comes.
Really works out
And
well for you.
I would like to try to hide if that's permitted.
You've already used your action.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. Yeah.
You're still level 1. You do not have cunning action yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so you popped out, shot off at one of the thugs, and missed him. He saw where you went. He will move forward, and can he target you from there? We'll see. Yeah, I'll give him a -2. And he is going to shoot back at you with his heavy crossbow. Misses you. And then he drops his heavy crossbow and pulls out his mace. And he is ready. His big heavy club is a mace.
Crap.
Vinial, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move into partial cover, kind of over there, behind Madra.
Curse you. I hate you so much.
Awesome.
The
All right.
burning rage.
And then I will use, where is it? Vicious Mockery on the thug.
Oh, he
wait.
fails. Go ahead and do some damage.
That
to
was
him.
the okay.
That's a failure. You can roll damage. And he will also have disadvantage on his next attack.
That's fine. I'm done.
You didn't roll damage.
What?
You have to roll damage.
He failed.
He failed.
What?
So
Oh, he failed. Oh, sorry. I read that as my failure. My bad.
I did too when I first played. And now he has disadvantage. Hooray!
All right, so I had put this out on the map and everything before Trikas moved.
Shocking. What the fuck is that?
So you go running forward and step on some sort of spiked trap. It closes up around
Okay.
your ankle. So please make me a
Shocking.
dexterity saving throw.
Poor Tricker.
Fuck me.
Wow.
Like every time on these fucking traps.
Can I give him inspiration to reroll?
You may.
Do you want to reroll?
I would like to, yes.
You may
That would
reroll.
help. No, that actually
Hey,
helps.
you're successful. Okay. So you are not snapped by it. You deftly step on it, realize, oh shit, there's something under my foot, and move your foot quickly. So it snaps shut. So the bear trap there is no longer useful.
Okay.
All right,
And then I'm
Trigus.
just gonna stab this guy.
You hit him.
And take a little nibble on his face. And the dice is gonna spin forever.
Rolling.
That's also a hit. Awesome.
No, that's my time. Which I forgot about the tracking. It's fine.
All right, so this thug comes up, and as he's moving forward, he stops here for half a second. He is going to take
Steps in the bear trap.
No. And he is going to shoot at Trekkus. And misses. Drops his crossbow right where he is. Moves forward. His remaining movement, and will smack you with a mace.
2 attacks?
As I said, I was awful nice to you guys last time. All right,
Yeah, no.
Modril.
I will take a look at the second thug that just showed up and yell at him, "Your mama was a toad, and now you don't know the road." I don't know.
He succeeds. He succeeded.
No,
Mr.
he
Minus
did not.
4. Mr. Minus 4.
That's not applied to saves. That applies to. It's literally him saving. It's him that does save. The DC is just there.
I'll let it go for now. I'll have to look it up again. But yeah, go ahead.
And now he has disadvantage.
Okay.
So they both have disadvantage on their next attack.
Yeah. All right, this guy right here. He's not going to be targeting Kalen anymore. He's going to target Trikus. I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's click on the right thing, shall we? Yeah, first day using in the program. I swear to God. Misses twice. The other one.
Smack his friend.
You know what? He shouldn't even have had disadvantage. He actually gets to roll straight up. Silly me. Pack tactics.
On the second one, yeah.
Well, they both have pack tactics, so they should.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the first one would be disadvantage, the second one would be advantage.
No. Advantage and
Or,
disadvantage
the
cancels each other, so it'd be
regular.
straight for both of them. So, all right, this guy is gonna roll straight at Trikus. Misses. Misses again. He's matrixing out there. All right, Kalen.
The bard's in the corner just singing at people.
I'm gonna pop out and take a shot. And miss again, and then move back.
Okay.
Can I whisper something really fast to Venial?
I don't care.
I think we should help Kaylin. She can't hit.
Vinny, it's your turn.
I'm gonna shoot. I'll shoot like a crossbow. Ooh. Oh
Okay,
boy.
you shoot a crossbow, and go ahead and roll damage and add it to Trikus, please.
I swear, every fucking game I play, people will shoot me in the back of the head.
Awesome. Nope, not the Thug 7.
Oh.
Or Thug 3, yeah.
Yeah,
There, I
it's
dragged
great.
and dropped it on Trikus, and I will
Thank you.
remove it from Thug 7, or Thug 3, whatever the fuck his name is. There we go. Alright, so you just shot your buddy in the back of the head.
Yeah. No one understands line of fire in this game.
Come back and I'll heal you.
Oops,
Not
sorry about
really
that.
how it works. If I run away, I'll probably die.
Inspire Kaylin.
There'll be another bear trap.
Considering he's down to 1 hit point now, that was awesome.
Inspire Kaylin.
Trickus.
Fucking Jesus Christ. I need to get fire so I can get action signed. But only way I'm going to survive this game.
You may want to actually pick up a level of cleric just so you can heal yourself.
Fuck me. Now it's my turn. That's fun.
That was a fun turn. All right, Montreal, your turn.
I will see that Trickus just got shot in the back of the head. Target him.
Okay.
Finish me off.
Pretty much, yeah. And I will sing
Fireball.
You Can Do It, Do Not Die. And I will do a level 1 healing word.
Awesome. Sweet. Ooh. Got them all back. All right. So one bard knocks you down, the other one knocks you back up.
Oh boy.
And healing word is a bonus action. Mm-hmm. So I will look back at Thug 8 and I will say, please go down, just die.
He fails.
Okay.
That's cool.
And now he has... And then I'll go there.
And he end arounds behind a small cart. Okay. Modril, you're going first.
Again. Okay. So, as a bonus action, I will inspire Kaylin. And I will sing, Kaylin, you can hit this time. Please do not destroy us. You get a 1d8, I believe. Or is it a d6?
I think it's a d6 at first level.
Yeah, d6. So you can add a 1d6 to any d20 roll.
Cool, thanks.
And I will look. Can I see through this cart?
You can look around it, yeah, but still, offers cover.
I will look at Thug 3 and I will sing, you cannot do anything.
He failed. Apparently, that was very destructive to him.
Now they both have disadvantage.
Kaylin, your turn.
Let's try this again, shall we?
Same. Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't
Pop
forget,
out.
you do have Bardic Inspiration if you wish to use it.
Yep. Pop out, take a shot, go back into hiding. Okay.
Hey-o!
That's the hit. Apparently, my inspiration worked.
Maybe.
But, every point counts.
It does indeed. Venial.
I'm gonna go ahead and bardically inspire Trickus. Don't worry, Trickus, this too shall pass. I'm sorry I shot you in the ass.
Yes, he's singing too. The bards are in the corner.
Go ahead, keep singing, guys, because I have a feeling that chat is going to start killing all of you.
Yay.
At least I have a reason.
Which thug did Module use Vicious Mockery on?
Both.
Both of them currently have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna target Thug 8 this time and try to shoot him again with my crossbow.
They're both just annoyed at me now. And hurt. Their feelings are hurt.
Okay. Not as bad.
It wasn't a 1.
Yeah.
It's a little better. Not a lot better, but a little better. All right, so this thug is going to attack Treecus straight out. Yes, he has disadvantage. However, he has pack tactics, which gives him advantage. So therefore, he's rolling straight. Basically,
He
you
is a
guys are just
wolf.
eliminating his ability to roll an advantage at the moment. It pisses him off. Considering I continually keep missing. And I think Treecus has the highest armor class in the party. I think he has like an 18 or a 19.
Yep. 18. It's pretty sweet.
Ha!
Oh,
Get you that
oh.
time.
No.
Take that. A whole 3 points. Oh, I hit
Oh
you
my
again.
god.
How are you doing that?
Oh!
What the
Oof.
fuck me? Max damage.
No, thank you.
It's really great that I'm the tank as a monk.
We had
Speaking
a
of which,
barbarian.
you're unconscious. Give me that death save.
Oh, why couldn't it be a natural 20?
Because it
the
was a
game
natural
doesn't
17.
like me.
I'd take a 17.
All right, go ahead and advance to the next one. Kaylin. All right, so your buddy has fallen down.
Not good. I'm
And
going
you still
to
have bardic
pop out,
inspiration.
take a shot, and duck back behind that cover.
Okay.
Use the inspiration. Use it.
You can if you want. Okay, a 14. 14 will hit him.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot roll today.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Pretty much.
Vinial. Oh no, Treecus is down.
Do not worry, I can get him.
My goodness.
Wow.
That's my turn.
Mardrell.
Switch to throat singing, have you know?
Yes, that's the song that I sing to raise Treecus from the dead.
Alright, Treecus is healed. He's still laying
And
down,
since-
but he's healed.
And since that's a bonus action, constipation.
Constipation activate.
Pretty much. I'm out of spells. I will use Vicious Mockery against Thug 8 since he closest.
Okay.
And I will tell him, please just go die in a ditch.
Nope.
He doesn't want to die in a ditch.
No,
Why?
no, he doesn't. No, yeah, he's probably gonna come eat your face. But Treecus, you're conscious, laying on the
Stand
ground,
up.
brained. You're like, ow.
Fucking every time.
And sadly has a second point
But
of
keep it. Whoa, whoa,
exhaustion.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You are at disadvantage. You are on the ground unless you're standing back up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I stood up.
Okay, you stood up.
I
All
said
right.
that.
All right,
didn't
I did not hear you say that.
Sorry.
All right, so that did hit. That does do its damage.
Fucking hell. It's taking ages.
All right. So
Right, if we had more
initially,
damage.
this guy was gonna go over and start beating on Kaylin, but you stood back up because damn, the bards just dislike you or something. But he does have pack tactics. He does have advantage, and
Yeah.
he growls at you. Stay down, lizard. Hits.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's not all the way down yet. One more.
No.
And a miss.
Yes.
Yes.
But he will move away from Tricus, allowing Tricus to make an op shot. And since Kaylin has a bow in her hands, she does not get op shot against the thug as he steps past. He's coming after Maudrill next.
Improvised weapon. Smack him across the head with your bow.
Give me a little bonk.
All right. Tricus, do me a favor, roll a d10. All right. Tricus will regain 2 hit points, bringing him to 5 wounds from chat.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay.
Thanks for trying.
Yep. So this guy is going to step around Tricus on the other side, not giving a rat's ass about Tricus. And he is instead going to attack Vinial.
Do I get upshot?
No, you already used it.
Oh, yeah, shit. God damn D&D system.
First time for everything. Gonna be using my rapier.
1 hit on Vinial. It is Vinial's turn.
Okay. I pull up my crossbow and just try to shoot him right in the head.
You're at disadvantage.
Oh shoot!
Just pull out melee.
Yeah, I'll just stab him and then.
All right. Go ahead and you can stab at him. Hey, you hit him.
Inspire both of us.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll use a bardic inspiration on Maudrill.
Okay.
Kill that guy, and then I play the entire Freebird solo.
Oh, Jesus. Needs more cowbell. All right. The thug is...
I'm really hoping
What a
Kaylin
video.
just kills the guy before he gets to me.
hits him. Oh.
Ooh.
Talk about death by 1,000 paper cuts. And misses. But he does step away from Vinial. So Vinial, you can take an opportunity attack if you wish with your dagger.
I do wish.
You just want to kill me again.
I want to kill everybody again.
Jesus Christ, this guy is so hard.
Yeah, really.
All right, Kaylin, your turn.
Let's see if I can hit him this time.
Please.
You did.
Oh, 11 hits.
Wow.
Shot him right in the left butt cheek.
And it's something other than minimum damage. Nice.
You did.
And
And I think I'll stay here for right now. Kind of dangerous, but I'll stay.
All right. Tricus.
help me.
Am I at half movement now?
Yes.
No. Exhaustion 2 is not
He
half
died
movement,
and
is
got back up.
I don't remember what exhaustion is. What is exhaustion?
Exhaustion 2 is half movement.
Is a half move? All right. Yep. So yeah, you get half.
Yes. I studied exhaustion for so long.
I just moved to there and then
All right. Take a
that'd
full
be my
dash.
turn. I can bonus action to attack.
Please kill him. I'm guessing.
Give this guy a little nibble.
Yum yum yum. Hey, you did.
Oh,
Yes.
There's one.
Maudrill.
Since it seems when we don't hit him with vicious mockery, they seem to be able to hit better, I will do vicious mockery. And I will say, you will not do anything to me. Goodbye.
Yeah, it'd help if you targeted him. Oh, okay, he fails. And your terrible singing has killed him.
Yay.
That's
Nice.
hilarious. And I will immediately start looking. I will check around to see if there's any guards first.
No, there are no guards anywhere nearby.
I would like to search the bodies.
Yes.
Sure. Get some
Yes.
money.
Okay. So you search the bodies and you discover. I'll put it in the party sheet. Give me a moment. 3 gold pieces. And,
Who wants some?
And you discover a note that describes your characters.
Interesting.
I will take the note because I might have someone who can do a little bit of research for us to see who wrote this. I'm not saying that in character, by the way.
Okay.
I'm just taking the note.
Are there any healing shop stands in the immediate area?
No, there are no healing potion stands in the immediate area.
Okay.
Is there a temple
Yeah.
near us?
You can go back to the temple you guys just came from.
No. Rather not.
May I please have the gold? I think I'm the poorest of us all.
No, not true.
How much gold do
Yeah, who-
you have?
Who gets the gold?
We
Who
should
wants-
share the gold.
Yeah, how about well, we each take one piece. Or well, there's 3.
But I killed someone, so I take a piece.
That's true, yeah.
I killed someone as well.
Eventually.
Whatever. I don't need any gold. Kaylin, you can have the other piece. The 1 gold.
All right, so 3 of you go ahead and add the gold pieces to your character sheet, and I'll eliminate it from the
What is the treasure for?
treasure points.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You just noticed that. Let's go.
Yeah, the treasure
No,
points are you get 1
I've
for
seen it
game
before.
session that you play, so that way when you're in a city, you can actually spend them on purchasing like magic items.
Just
When you
because
guys reach 4, which is the minimum to purchase anything, we'll talk about it more then. That's a thing that you can do later on.
Okay, I was just wondering because someone was saying that they bought an item earlier today, but I don't know what it was. Because I said seriously, then they said, what? I bought a trinket.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go back to whence you came, or do you want to continue on to the Flaming Fist? Or what are we continuing on to?
I'd like to search, try to recover some of my crossbow bolts.
All right, you may go ahead and roll a d4. That's how many you will get back. And Kaylin, you may roll a d4, and that's how many you will get back.
Can I help Kaylin find hers?
She finds only 2 that are unbroken. And Vinial, you find one of them that is unbroken in Tricus's head.
I pluck it out and do you need this? And then I break
want
it.
this? Are you sure you want this?
And he said that he broke it.
Yeah, I
so
broke
he
it.
only gets one back.
Oh, okay, so you only get 1 back then.
Okay, that's fair. Not even mad.
I am.
Especially since you just went up in exhaustion.
That wasn't actually his fault though.
So, all right. So, where are you going to be heading to?
I just want to pass out at this point.
Yeah, Vinial's probably not feeling all that healthy either. He's like, okay, yeah, this hurts. This is owie.
How far?
I can heal some of us. Who needs it more?
How far? What?
How far away from the temple are we? How far do we go?
You guys went a few blocks, so you guys could turn around and conceivably go back.
Can we go
Right.
back and ask for one of the clerics to accompany us?
You can ask, and they will say no.
Okay.
Because you have 2 bards that can cast healing spells.
That really helps.
It does.
Yeah, sure.
Unless they're dead, or try to shoot you in the back of the head instead of healing you.
Yep, that's true. Just know your line of fire. Just really important.
Whoops.
The amount of games I've been shot in the back of that is ridiculous.
All right, so Viniel, you're kind of the guy who's leading everybody at the moment.
Well, I'm just gonna heal myself. I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Target yourself and give yourself a D8 back. Nice. You are
Cool.
back to full.
I say we push on.
Excellent.
Do you need me to heal you, Trekis?
It would be helpful.
Should I hear you fully?
It would be nice, because I'm kind of the only one fighting up front. As I walk my maximum movement. Like limping.
Excellent.
Do not expect anything more from me. Healing
Will do.
lights.
All right, so on you move through Baldur's Gate towards the first of the locations that Viniel is going to bring you to, which will be to Denthelian's Dancing Axe. There's a young woman, young female, half-elf by the name of Sira Brackrell, who lives above Denthelian's Dancing Axe. The report is the fact that she's a queer one. She's skinny as a starving eel and has hair as wild as river grass in an eddy. She's known to mutter endlessly to herself, and late-night strollers often see lights in her attic. Her landlord assures all the neighbors in the area that she's harmless, but she is an alchemist. She is thought to be a dark sorceress of some kind, and that is what you are tasked to go do, is go search, seize, and possibly arrest her in the name of the High Hall.
And we have like the warrant and stuff, right?
Yes, you do.
Correct.
Yep.
Cool.
One for each of you with all of your names on it.
Oh, we have warrants out on us.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
not on you, but
No,
warrants
no.
for these other people that you are
Okay.
there to serve.
I didn't know we had these.
Yes.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention it, didn't I?
Oh, by the way, guys, before I die next time a thug jumps us, here, you might want this piece of paper. So, all right. So, ladies and gents, as we are reaching the dancing axe is where we are actually going to stop. This game is only supposed to go roughly 3 hours. We are at that point. We're about 15 minutes before that point. We have yet to take a break anyway, so we are actually pretty good on time. And when we pick up in 2 weeks, you will be at the dancing axe getting ready to go possibly arrest a crazy ass alchemist lady and go see what kind of strangeness is going to be in her home. So definitely stay tuned. And hey, look at this. All the players survived a combat.
Sure.
Full health too.
All of you have full health. You're all alive. Nobody's dead. Oh, matter of fact, here, let me take the dead icon off of ILP's character in the stream. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen who are on the stream, thank you so very much for coming by this morning and watching the second episode of the Sundering, as the players have kind of split themselves off into 3 separate groups, but are together, but are separate, but are working together, but against each other, but together, sorta, maybe, kinda. But anyway, so that is what we have going on for them. Next, we have Dreams of the Red Wizards, episode number 1, that had been tornadoed out the first time. So we are going to do that tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Be sure to come by when we do that. Otherwise, for myself, for Susie Q, for my patrons and my subs, thank you so very, very much for coming by today. And we'll see you all next time. Oh, yeah, we'll be splitting up the party a lot more, guys. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Question.
Just a minute.
Okay.